Flow State is taking over Legacy, but can it be good in Vintage? Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Saturday afternoon challenge. Haven't done one of these in a while. The rest of MTG is finding out that Flow State is indeed as good as advertised. I have seen multiple Legacy experts tell me that this card is better than Expressive Iteration, and Expressive Iteration is banned in Legacy. It already has some results in Vintage with a couple different top 8s. Yesterday, there was a Esper Frog deck that top 8'd, and the day before yesterday, a Blue-Black Murktide deck top 8'd. So today, I will play some Flow States who seat my professional curiosity and hit the YouTube algorithm. So, I've just decided to put it into a Blue-Black Lurrus shell. I'm not going to get too fancy with it. I don't want to play Murktide. I'm not really sure that has a high enough upside rather than just playing Lurrus. What I will do to facilitate Flow State is I've kind of taken a lot of the cool, like one of the things that the Blue-Black Lurrus deck gets to do is play a bunch of cool 1-ofs because it has a bunch of extra slots. I've gotten rid of all of those, and instead of playing cool fun 1-ofs like Seal Removal and Momentum Breaker and those kind of things, I put a bunch of Ponders and Thoughtseizes in my deck to facilitate turn 1 Sorcery into turn 1 Force into turn 2 Flow State if possible. Though I will state that our deck does not need to be casting early Flow States turned on. It can just use it as a late game engine to recuperate lost cards from forces. I will say I did want to have like more Force of Negation and more Mind Break Traps in my deck, but I kind of felt like it was hard to fit those when I wanted to fit in some number of Ponders and Thoughtseizes. And I think Ponders and Thoughtseizes are totally playable cards here. So once I start playing some Ponders and Thoughtseizes, and then I start playing some Flow States, I just run out of slots really quickly. What I did want to make sure I kept was the one Null Rod in the deck. I feel like it gives you a lot of power against the Raker metagame. And we should be able to find it easier with more. This is like the most cantrips I've seen in a Lurrus Frog deck in ever. This is, if you think of this as cantrips, 7 extra cantrips that weren't currently in the deck, which means we actually should play a better game plan against things like Lurrus PO. This might make your Lurrus PO matchup a lot better by having access to Flow States. So something to consider. Sideboard, I just have one of all the good cards that you need, plus 3 consigns for Raker. And yeah, I basically what I did is I took the last Montolio list, that was a blue-black list, and then I cut the fun cards and put in the cards we wanted to play with today. And that's about it. Is there anything else about this deck that's interesting or fun? Or no? This is serious mode. This is try to win. It's good because I should, it's very unlikely I ever play a Frog deck for Eternal Weekend, because if I'm going to play a Frog deck, if a Frog deck is good in the metagame, that typically means that the Lurrus PO deck is good in the metagame, because the Lurrus PO deck is good against the Frog deck, unless Flow State changes things. So it's like very unlikely I ever actually play a Frog deck for Eternal Weekend or NYSE or Land Run, but it's always good to get some reps back in with the deck, even if it's not my favorite, just to continue being able to identify where the weak points are of the deck to be exploited. Yeah. I guess those things are coming up very soon. We're what? A month or 2 away from NYSE and 2 or 3 months away from Land Run. So big Vintage tournaments are coming up. I do need to prep for them. I am definitely locked into playing NYSE, but Land Run I still have not found a flight that I really liked. So yeah, I will try to be at both of those events though. So that's it. Round 1 coming right at you after this quick little ad read. I am happy to announce the dates for high-stakes, proxy-friendly Vintage in 2026. The legendary NYSE returns to Long Island in New York on June 6th. This $500 entry fee tournament will pay out 8 pieces of unlimited power. The Oklahoma Land Run returns in 2026 on July 10th through 12th at the Reed Convention Center in Oklahoma City. Play Friday team trios, Saturday Legacy for a Mox Sapphire, and Sunday Vintage for a Mox Emerald. Event links can be found in the description below. I hope to see you there. Let's battle. Okay, welcome to round 1. Vintage Challenge versus Unemployment. Not a typical opponent for me, but you never know. There are currently 0 for sale on GoBots, and even if there were, I'm not spending 20 tickets for them, so no retro Thoughtseizes. That is an Ancestral Recall, Time Walk, Bowmaster, starting hand versus Lurrus. I'm in. Sold. I'm gonna go Jets, Island, Time Walk, Saga, Upkeep Ancestral with the Bowmaster plan. Also, seems good. I could make other plans here, like play Saga and or wait and try to play Saga with Time Walk, but I think just getting towards Ancestral and building out my mana seems good. Hand loses to the average PO hand. Kind of depends on if Ancestral resolves and what Ancestral gets, I think. I don't know if that's a true statement. My opponent has mulligan to 4, so I hope this hand doesn't lose to opponent mulliganing to 4 with their Lurrus deck. I assume this is Lurrus, right? It is Lurrus. Okay. I figured I'd check. You never know. Could be Gigantha Helm combo or something. No, not Helm combo, not in Gigantha. Gigantha oops all spells. Nope, that doesn't work. Gigantha I don't know, something. Aggro Lurrus. Aggro Lurrus has been putting up some pretty solid results, actually. I've been very happy to see the white-black energy deck do well. Thoughtseize. I kind of think that's even better than playing a Bowmaster, so let's see your 4-card hand. It is the mono-black, black-white aggro deck, though it's the Bob version. So, am I more interested in taking away their 1 black source, or am I more interested in taking away one of their creatures? If I take away May, and then they play Bob, and then I Bowmaster it, I feel like that just wins the game on the spot, so I'm just going to take that. I'm going to take May, and then I'm going to Ancestral myself. No. Chat, look at their hand. Well, how is that choice anything other than May? Like I take away May. They go Ruby, Lotus, play Confidant, and then I Bowmaster the Confidant. They don't have a black source, and they have no creatures. Wild. We're not taking Ruby. What? No. All right, so we do the Thoughtseize is actually insane here because the Thoughtseize means we know what we're playing against. So we can bring in Fatal Push, Snuff Out. I think you still bring in because it kills the Guide of Souls. Unless they're on like a mono black deck, then the Snuff Out's pretty bad. But I'm going to assume they're on my like the version of Black White Energy that one of the versions of Black White Energy. And then I'm going to take out Negations and Pierces. And then none of my other cards are very good here. So I guess we just run with this. No, I mean, I agree that we're going to win the game no matter what we choose, but shouldn't we still choose the right choice? Yeah, it's just guide activations. Null Rod is, my opponent is a Null Rod deck, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to play Negation against them, or Spell Pierce, or Consign. Like, none of these cards do anything. I don't know. I'm just surprised that people wanted to take a card other than May there. Well, like what? Like I guess you can remove a rod to have a blue card, but like that's pretty minimal. I don't think they're on mono black, but if they are, then whatever. I have some minorly dead cards in my deck. It's fine. All right, get to F6. I'm gonna have some like minorly dead cards no matter what I choose to do because I just can't simply do not have enough removal to play against a deck that has 30 creatures or whatever. 34 creatures. Which is why I built the opponent's deck the way I did. I don't think they're the therapy version, not me. I think the versions that everyone is copying that came from maybe it was Butana or someone else don't cut my therapies, which I don't think I like, but I'm not really that upset with cutting therapy and playing four Thoughtseize, four swords. So. But I think all the versions that are getting copy pasted right now don't have any therapies. Though if you're not playing therapy, I would cut probe, probably. Probe is kind of a crutch here. They might be mono black. Let's see. I did make a mono black aggro Lurrus deck, right? Wow. That's about as good of a start as you can have. If I get wastelanded, it's really bad for me. So I probably will not be fetching a Underground Sea. Pretty far from casting cantrips anyways. I have these Bowmasters I can cast as long as I don't get my Saga wastelanded. One of the problems with Fatal Pushing here is if my opponent goes land second May, but I don't think we're allowed to play around that. I think the damage matters the most. I mean, they know our hand, so we have a Bowmaster killing their Bowmaster, and everything is pretty good here. Yeah, we're pretty far away from casting our blue spells, but I don't know if that matters, unless they have a Wasteland. If they have a Wasteland, then everything matters. I'm interested to see if they are... I kind of doubt they're... Like, the mono black deck, I didn't... Oh, that's so bad for me, unless they play a 2-drop. Okay, everything's great for me. Never mind. So... Snuff out. Classic. I'm just going to Bowmaster now to make sure that Bob doesn't draw a card. Then I'm going to get Wastelanded, and I'm going to have to draw another land. We literally have not cast a flow state in this deck. I did make a video with Emeritus Control, and it was good in that video, but that deck was kind of weird, so... So they are white-black. Okay, cool. So my Snuff Out won't be completely dead here. That's good. That makes me happy. I'm glad I fetched Basic Swamp, though. Another Bob. Okay, if we can just hit a land... Like, this is why I don't play Bob, chat. So the version that my opponent copied is a version from another player that I think made the deck worse. I do think after they updated their deck, it got a lot better. I just block this. I don't care. If I draw a land here, I just win the game on the spot, killing Bob. I think Bob is like... you can't be playing Bob in this this day and age here. This is... I mean, you just can't play Bob. Like, my opponent knew my hand and couldn't do anything about it. They probed my hand, saw 2 Bowmasters, and all they could do was play into it and hope I don't draw lands. Notably, I cannot snuff out Lurrus. So if they buy Lurrus and resolve Lurrus, that's a problem. No, I can't snuff that out, though. I don't need to do that now, so... I need to find a way to beat Lurrus is the only thing left in this game that I need to do. Which I mean, I can Wasteland them. It's kind of it, right? Am I winning a race if I snuff out Pride and attack all? I snuff out Pride, I go to 10. I attack all, they go to 14. I go to 9. I guess the answer is yes. They did not know about Urza Saga. I drew that after they probed me. See if they have a... I think they have a Surveil land here. I'm going to Wasteland them and hope they don't make it to Lurrus, because I can't beat Lurrus right now. I don't have a Force or a removal spell. I'm going to let them Surveil before I Wasteland so that they don't have the information that I'm Wastelanding them. See what they do. If I were them and they saw a land on top, they'd probably keep the land. It would let them buy Lurrus and play a 1-drop, or if they drew land, buy Lurrus and play a 2-drop. If it's a creature, though, it's hard for them, because if they keep a creature on top, and then they like have to choose between playing Lurrus or the creature. Yeah, I don't think Snuff Out's like particularly good, but those kill Guide and Pride. Are they binned a Lotus Petal? That's interesting as well. Okay, I'm gonna kill your Scrub land for fun. So let's see what they draw. Currently, we're winning this race. We're behind right now, but we'll be ahead soon. Okay, they drew a Mox immediately, so they can buy Lurrus, and we are like no way to kill this Lurrus. We are really, really in trouble to this Lurrus. We need to draw Force. They didn't attack. Force of Will. Thoughts. Thoughtseize has been really good for me in a lot of decks that I've been playing recently. I've been very happy. As the format, Vintage is kind of... It's both slowed down and the combo decks are a little bit more fragile. I've been really happy with Thoughtseize recently. This Thoughtseize is game winning, by the way. This was an insane top deck. Our best 2 top decks there were Force and Thoughtseize, and then probably Blue Land. Kind of a bold block from them. All right, so they are just on top deck creatures mode, and we just need to hit a blue land, and we immediately flow state. All right, they didn't play anything, so it's either a removal spell or a land. We're going to play this whole game with no blue mana. Doesn't matter. White, black. May is insanely good here. Because I can't block it. That's actually incredibly hard to beat unless I play a frog. Blue land? Unfortunate. I don't get to play very many spells left in this game here. This was like a really one of probably the best topic they had. I am in huge trouble. In big trouble. Classic Wasteland. No attack. That is... I guess you're playing around Bowmaster. Interesting. Okay. Well... I'll buy Lurrus, I guess? In case I draw Jet. Opponent no attack was really good for me there. I might strip mine that doubles. If they pass again, like I might double strip mine them. What can possibly be in their hand? Like it's not swords, and it's not Bowmaster. And it's not a creature. I mean, maybe they're just holding a bunch of lands trying to incentivize me to do that. Okay, now they're attacking. Oh, yeah, I think so. I think we need as many turns as we can get here. No attack again. Or no play again. All right, I drew a blue card. I drew a thing, so that's great. I think I'm going to get a basic island, even though it doesn't play Lurrus. And I am going to just play a frog with Mental Misstep up and double Wasteland them. I should have double Wastelanded them first. I can still do that. I think this Mental Misstep should make it so no matter what, I'm fine. And then I can kill them on the next turn here. I think they were probably just sandbagging a bunch of lands. So if they have like Thoughtseize plus swords, or I guess they have their own May in here. So if they have 2 removal spells, I guess it doesn't matter that much. I will. So if they have a Bowmaster. Okay, I will exile 3 cards from my yard and attack. And then I will pitch a lot of cards. I will pitch this one. Looks like they're just F6'd. I will pitch. I'll do 4. That's cool. Okay. Opponent is playing the black-white aggro deck that I made. Well, they're playing the version that someone else made, but black-white energy. Yeah, I really screwed myself over yesterday, Yeoman. I lost so many games that I'm actually like out of snapshots now. And I think I have to work tomorrow because we're doing a code deployment. So I don't know when I'm going to try to be able to climb and to get snapshots. I think snapshots are Sunday, maybe. Not good. Round 2. I have a cat. I'm on the draw versus no cat, probably Raker. I've got a force. I have double force Thoughtseize against Raker, and then I have the ability to flow state back into the game. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Ancient Tomb. Hop is fine. This misstep bait for a Vexing Bauble. Oh, Soul Ring. I think I have to hit payoffs. So Soul Ring is fine. It was misstep bait for Soul Ring. Mana Vault. And spin. Kind of sad there's no payoff here, unless they're holding a ring that I can Thoughtseize. I mean, if this game goes as planned, like this is an insane flow state game, right? Just if I hit a land after, oh, my opponent just has nothing. Nothing. Let's see. PO? Maybe they're Jewel and they're POing on my upkeep here. Damn. Okay. Found our mana. That's good. Also holds up Spell Pierce, which I'm not sure is relevant right now, but... I guess I'm going to take their last card. I need to get a sorcery in my yard anyways. And I don't think it's better to flow state here than to just Thoughtseize, because I'm gonna be able to get turned on flow state on the second turn no matter what now. So this seems like a great spot. This seems like a perfect spot for this card to shine, right? It's like I said, you use your 1 mana and your free counters, and then rebuy all of our lost momentum cards, things. Thought sees you. Oh, they have no cards in their hand. So they just kept an all mana hand. All right. Well, I mean, that information is valuable, and we're getting a sorcery in our yards. The next turn, the flow state is good. And it means they're only probably playing one spell, so it's not bad. That's true, but it's not like they drew at the top to play like a spell on turn 1, right? Well, I guess, yeah, you can just miss, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, what do we got? We've got a Glaring Fleshraker. I will cast Force of Will on that. I think I'm just going to pitch the Spell Pierce. I don't really see the Spell Pierce being useful. And a follow-up Tezzeret. Would I mull? No, I'd probably keep. Okay, I'm going to negate it. So they have a top on top, and we're untapping with a flow state. I think this is fine. Best card to draw first is probably like Mental Misstep or Null Rod. Oh, I don't think Lurrus is very good here. Our deck is not a very good Lurrus deck in general. Lurrus is just a kind of thing we get rewarded, just like an extra card we get rewarded for by not putting bad cards in our deck. Okay, so what do we got? What do we have? Fetch. All right, I will cast Flow State, and I will get 2 of these cards. Okay, I will take the 2 cards that are not lands. And then I will hold on to this fetch so that I have the ability to Fatal Push Fleshrakers or Crawlers. If my opponent plays top, spins top, and finds a ring here, that's the worst case scenario. But, I mean, the fact that my Thoughtseize hit nothing was kind of a huge issue in this game. But I couldn't really do anything about that. My opponent just had 7 mana, or 7 mana things here. All right. I think the best case scenario is my opponent taps top, draws a creature, and then we Fatal Push the creature, untap with negation up, and then maybe negate top. It's probably the best case scenario. Creature, not a ring, not a ring. Oh, Saga. Okay. So to beat Saga, we need a Wasteland. And I can still negate this top, which is, I guess, not that useful if there's a Saga going off. But if there's not, I think in this point I'm supposed to fetch for a Surveil land and try to find a Wasteland. Ponder. Okay. Ponder works. Ponder. There's my Wasteland and a Frog. So, unfortunate. I'm going to do it on their turn to turn on Revolt. Fortunately, we're like a little bit behind tempo at the moment, but... So I'm going to go to their turn, and then I'm going to Wasteland them. That way, if they do play a creature this turn, I'll have Revolt turned on. We know they're drawing a top, and then playing a top, and they're spinning a top. Just please don't be a ring. A ring is the only thing that I really don't want to see. Tezzeret's pretty bad too, but a ring is the big one. It's a ring. Oh, it's a forge. That is so bad for me. Oh god, that's so bad for me. Just this top has been insane. Maybe I should have countered the top. I think I'm super dead. And I'm going to have to play the frog because I just don't know how I can win without it, but... I mean, I could just wait and negate the top, I guess. but it's not good enough, you know? Ugh. But I have to, right? Like, I can't really beat them drawing 8 cards. So I think I just have to... I'm at least drawing a fetch on the next turn so I can kill a creature. And then maybe they'll go low enough that a frog one-taps them. I don't know. I feel like my opponent has hit too much action off the Sensei's top. But I guess you look 3 cards deep. I don't know. What did I forced a Flesh Raker and a Tezzeret? I mean, it seems good. Yeah. It's pretty rough. Be a little chilly tonight, huh? Wonder if opponent's still playing their Pomper match. Yeah, I mean, nothing to say or do here. I just have to wait till they give us priority back. I'm gonna go to their turn, and I'm going to try to negate something. Because I don't think I can let this top go. They are losing a life to Manival, and they have Ancient Tomb, so, like, there's worlds where this is okay. Again, a creature is fine, because we do get to Fatal Push it next turn. So that's okay. Trinisphere. I almost think that's good for me. This would be good for me if... I don't have to Fatal Push right away. I can just play a Frog next turn. I'm going to have to hold up and Fatal Push anyways, because I'm going to have to kill a Raker if I counter this. I think this is good for me. Every card I hold is closer to a Frog one tap. Workshop's pretty good. And this Crawler is going to draw me extra cards. So I think I just don't even play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 6 damage, 7 damage if they tap a single Ancient Tomb. Okay. They're tapping an Ancient Tomb for freeze? I guess they can just have a ring at any point here and I die, but... I mean, I have a lethal frog on the next attack. That's something. And they're at least turned off from combo killing me because of the Trinisphere. I think if they miss on a ring, we just win. There's a Raker, but Trinisphere... This is why I don't play Trinisphere, chat. I don't think Trinisphere is good in this Raker deck. I really don't. I mean, if they Vault Key me, that also wins. I really dislike Trinisphere in this Raker deck. It just turns off all your best things. The amount of times I've seen Trinisphere lose the Raker deck games is quite high. Like, this card actively might have lost them the game. I think they probably just win the game if they don't cast that. It's very likely they win the game if they didn't cast that. That's a good sign. They're going to pay 3 to replay the top. Then they're going to have... They can spin. They hit Talon Gates. I think they hit Talon Gates here. I can't do anything with that because of Trinisphere. And I have to pitch all of my cards no matter what. Okay, I mean... I don't have to... Yeah, I have to pitch all my cards no matter what. Okay. Oh, I could have bought Lurrus. It doesn't change anything because I have to tap out anyways. Yeah, they have a phasing. Unlucky. Yeah. I think I'm deterministically dead then, but I guess I could draw. I don't think I have anything to draw to, but I'll make them do it. That's sad. This Trinisphere didn't end up costing them the game, but it was very close. Talon Gates is an unbelievable Magic card. It is so good. Yeah, that kills me with 5 top plays. It's fine. I'll just let all of them do it. They spent way too much time here, so I'm just gonna make them play their 5 cards. I like how I played this game in general. Didn't work out, but okay. I get to... So one of the problems is to fit like this sorcery package, I had to trim some null rod, a null rod from the main. So I'm down a null rod, which is unfortunate. But I do have null rod, needle, trap, and consigns, and then maybe also dismember and snuff out, and maybe fatal push. How do you fit all these cards though? We didn't draw any bowmasters that game, which is unfortunate. Bro, I don't even know. How does anyone sideboard versus Raker? It's like impossible. I have no idea how to sideboard versus Raker because every card is good versus them. I guess we could just like trim some of these cantrips or something. Maybe we just trim all the cantrips. I'm gonna land. It's probably fine. I always have this problem though against Raker. I just never know how to sideboard because all the cards like are good. This is a null rod hand, but doesn't have any mana in it. I don't think I'm allowed to keep this, unfortunately. This is a turn 1 frog and a snuff out. Not thrilled about that, but I guess I can just get rid of this island. There's really no reason for it. I'm pretty worried that this hand is not good enough, but I don't think I'm allowed to go lower, so... I use the fetch land because I might draw another fetch land next turn, which will give me more cards to put in my yard in case I need to leap this frog. I held the Pearl because it doesn't currently do anything for me. It might be better as a card in the yard and a counter, so... I'm like a slightly vulnerable to bobble, but... This is not a good sign. Soul Guide Lantern, huh? Alright, whatever. You got it. Anything else? Tolarian Academy. I shouldn't have said anything. But no other play. Odd. Are they phasing out my frog? Is that what's happening here? I think they're phasing out my frog. Talon Gates, Inventor's Fair, City of Traders. I drew Consign. I could consign the Talon trigger. But then I'm probably dead to whatever they get off Inventor's Fair, so... Probably don't want to do that. I'm going to need to consign the Time Vault off Inventor's Fair. So I will get my frog, Talon Gates, and then I will play my land, play my Mock, so the Mock does come, and buy Lurrus and hold up Consign. Well, it's definitely right, because the first non-creature spell kills me, so... Oh. Wrong phase. Boop. Bye-bye, frog. You are in... I don't know, somewhere. Alright. I got a Lurrus. They're gonna crack Lantern. Makes sense. Then... I assume they're just gonna go for kill. Crawler is fine. Just does play into Mind Break Trap. I don't know if they know that. All right, the last card is City of Traders. Kill this Crawler. Oh, that's not a very good card here. My opponents have not had cards in their hand very much. Oh, that's a good card, though. Okay. What'd they draw? They drew a crawler. That's quite good. Might die to it. Now, I'm gonna offer... I guess they're never gonna block. Would like to draw land here. Frog is acceptable as well. Alright, it's gonna give us a card. I'm at 10. Wasteland could be a good one. I got 2 cards now. Vexing Bauble. Don't care. No attack. Lose a life. I don't want to draw force off of that. Could die to like Raker plus spells here and a phase maybe. Tezzeret. Tutor. Portable. Off of Talon Gates. You gotta be kidding me. It might still not have anything here. Ring. Last card. Oh, unblockable. Okay. Well, I am certainly not casting Brainstorm now. Are they calculating if they die if they do this? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They do exactly die if they do this. Should I have Wastelanded Talon Gates? That's crazy. They're coming in anyways. So if they have last card Talon Gates, I lose. But I mean, it has to be last card Talon Gates, right? I guess it could be Dismember. Dismember won't do it. think I just put it all on the frog. I have to put all my cards in, though, to kill them. They have it. Oh. Okay. So let's let this happen. And we're gonna waste Academy, push Crawler, and then see where we get from there. Unfortunately, I didn't attack Tezzeret, but I could ping Tezzeret. So that's probably fine. So let's waste Academy, push Crawler. I don't think I'm supposed to put any more damage down. I don't really see a good reason to do that. Because I'm going to try to get a force and just ping this Tezzeret and lock the game up. So let's see what cards we draw first. Lotus, Saga. Okay. Dig through time. Don't think the cards I have in my yard matter. Needle trap. Okay. So, yeah. So what were my cards? Needle trap. It's actually really annoying because I don't think I can Bowmaster and hold open Mindbreak Trap. But maybe just hold open Mindbreak Trap is enough by itself. Because, like, what can this Tezzeret even get? I could go Needle on the One Ring, Bowmaster Tezzeret or something. Something like that. Looks good, though. Maybe I'm just supposed to make those lines no matter what and never push for lethal. Because what cards can they even have in their hand? Just lands. Do I want to get rid of anything on the draw here? No. Cool. All right. Game 3. They have 5 minutes. Damn. Okay. They have Portable Hole. It's good to know. It's hard to play around Portable Hole, though, because they can just, like, hold the Talon Gates most of the time. I don't think I had lethal if I'm losing 3 damage from Lurrus, chat. +1 card with Dig is not enough to make up for 3 damage lost with Lurrus. Why am I cutting state? Because all of my other cards are actually good versus their deck? I don't understand. Why do I want flow state when I can have actual, like, cards that I would want to get off flow state? I can cast flow state and get the cards that I not in my deck because I have flow states in my deck? Like, I don't know. Unless I hit recall. Sure. Yeah, I could also hit Time Walk and win. All right, 5 minutes for our opponent here. On the play in game 3. We're also on the draw, like. Just struggling to figure out what card you think is worse than, or better than flow state, or worse than flow state. All we want to do is make sure our opponent gets all their spells countered and all their creatures removed. We are up 10 minutes on the clock. If my opponent starts to combo, I'm going to make them play it out. So, see what happens. This is a negation, a push, a Thoughtseize, a pierce. I'm in. Not the greatest push, I'm not going to lie to you. No fetch land, but... certainly has enough action that I'm going to keep it. Workshop opener on 7 from the opponent. Ruby, the ring maybe? And an emerald. Gotta turn on Mindbreak Trap before we cast our spell that matters. Ah, Vexing Bauble. So they have turn 1 Vexing Bauble backup ring. Does negating this get us anywhere? It gets us to represent Mindbreak Trap, but I don't know that they'll play into Mindbreak Trap, or don't know that they'll play around Mindbreak Trap. But this negation is not really doing anything anyways, so I think I'm just going to negate this. Can make them think about it. I was wondering why they were playing into Mindbreak Trap, but it makes sense if they have the Vexing Bubble. And then they're going to play their spell. Scrawling Crawler. All right, I need to draw Fetch Land to kill that. Or, yeah, it has to be a Fetch Land. That technically works on the next turn. So I guess what we can do is either hold open Spell Pierce or Thoughtseize our opponent. Thoughtseize is pretty bad against my opponent drawing 2 cards this turn with Crawler. But the chance that my Spell Pierce is on is basically 0, so... got the Tezzeret. There's a Saga that I can Wasteland after this. That's not too bad. I think they were playing Pauper at the start of the round. What'd you have? Force. It's actually insane. That actually made my countering Vexing Bauble quite good as well. Well, I have to Wasteland this Saga, so I'm going to Fatal Push. Yeah, if I didn't have to Wasteland Saga, I could play Bowmaster and kill the Crawler. But I definitely have to kill Saga or I lose the game, so... and now they're at... do we even know any of the cards? I don't think we know any of the cards. And we have a Force and a Bowmaster and a Wasteland, so... pretty good. Turn 1 Crawler instead of Tez was so good for you? Yeah, it normally is. Jesus, okay. I think Crawler is pretty embarrassing, unfortunately, for the opponent. I think that card should just be cut. But I've always said that, so that's not really a change in posture from me. I don't know that we're going to win this game, but opponent didn't want to play it out anymore, so they're out of here. All right, welcome to round 3. I feel like my screen's really bright. Up against Maharu, probably playing the Lurrus PO deck, which is a really tough matchup. We'll see if flow states help the matchup at all. They could. Being able to grind a little bit better might be what the deck needs to help combat stock up. That's a little less harsh. Looks better already. I think they might have reset when they died. All right, Tapland, classic. Still fine. All right, keep. Not a huge issue. Do want a third land. Or third mana, I should say. Though Island is not exactly the one I want, because I kind of wanted to play double black spell next turn, so maybe I'm supposed to bottom it, actually. Or surveil it. It's kind of a hard choice, but I could maybe hold up Hardcast Negation next turn, so that might be fine. Yeah, well, some people have opinions, man. Some people have opinions. It's weird how Maharu is going. Actually, Maharu sometimes does not play a surveil land. Gonna say something, but then I thoughtfully held it back. I decided I wanted to hold open Hardcast Negation, Spell Pierce, and Bowmaster here instead of casting Thoughtseize. I think I get a little bit more versatility that way. Unfortunately, Thunder Trap Trainer is so good. Sean also thinks that card's bad, so. And that is like very clearly one of the the best cards in the entire deck, and one of the best decks in the format. Got Time Walk off of it. I'm gonna deploy my Bowmaster. Obviously, I can't attack into this trainer, but timing window wise, like I could Fatal Push this trainer to be fair, and it's probably not even bad if I draw a land. Do I want a Thoughtseize? I think so. Show me your secrets. Holy shit! That's a Maharu hand if I've ever seen one. Fucking hell. How do we play against this? I tapped the wrong land because I was looking to maybe push. And now I'm thinking we are not allowed to push. Okay, I think I just have to take... I think I actually just have to take... I have no idea. I have actual no idea. I mean, we have a Bowmaster in play. Are we really taking Ancestral? Like, all these other cards kind of suck. I'm really not that interested in taking Ancestral, but all of these other cards look so bad. I mean, if they cast Ancestral into Bowmaster, I have a huge clock, and I remove the Thundertrap Trainer, and like, there's no guarantee that's good for them. Yeah, but like, it might give us a chance to win this game if they cast Ancestral. Well, I was planning on spell piercing the walk, but I guess or like fatal pushing the Squelcher. I'm gonna hold the fatal push for the Squelcher. I guess this Merchant Scroll could get Force of Will. I guess. But like, stock up's so bad, I have a Spell Pierce. you know? I'm gonna take Time Walk. I definitely should have tapped my other land there, though. It's fine. I think this lets me buy Lurrus. It's kind of good draw, actually. Any blue card there is pretty reasonable. Though I guess I can't actually return Bowmaster with Lantern, but I kind of might need to make them do it anyways. And I guess I can't, because then I'm losing to the Ancestral. Classic Maharu hand. Mono power. What up? It's like a Spider-Verse. It's a duck. Cool. This is gonna be a hard game. It's gonna be quite a hard game here. Can't we flash in Bowmaster in response to Lantern? Yeah, I guess we can. Damn, Lantern sucks. Sean was right. If we have a mana, we need a mana to do that. Island. So they can Merchant Scroll through Spell Pierce now. Is it Ancestral time? It's Merchant Scroll time. Yep, you're right. It does give them an Ancestral window. Flame of Anor. Yeah. That's a good one. Frog. I like Frog here. I still think we're losing this game. Opponent's deck is so much better. If I do say so myself. What are we doing? We're eroding? After I played both my basics? Alright, I'll Spell Pierce this. My heart is getting spicy over there. I don't know that I like Erode more than Swords with so many Lurrus decks in existence. It's not like there are lots of Planeswalkers in the format. And yeah, Karn is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. They just drew land, and now they can play everything through everything. Flame of Anor killing Mox and killing Frog. I don't know that killing Tezzerets matters that much, but it's certainly a mode. Killing Frog and killing Sapphire. Glad I didn't hold on to Spell Pierce, man. That shit was rough. I feel like we're just supposed to let this go. Play Lurrus next turn, and then they have to crack Lantern, and their hand is stock up Ancestral. We can at least negate stock up. Stock up is probably better than Ancestral here anyways, even without Bowmaster, because it lets them find exactly the right cards. Well, I don't know about hard casting negation, because I do think we want to put Lurrus in play and put in pressure. I think I'm letting this go. All right, so their hand is stock up and Ancestral. An extra blue card is good because now we can maybe hard cast negation on the following turn. All right. We got their Lantern. So now we actually can attack with Bowmasters on certain turns. Though I guess it still makes Ancestral... Still makes Ancestral windows. So... The opponent drawing land was actually really good for them, I think. All right, their hand is Ancestral and an Unknown. Unfortunately, we can't really Bowmaster because... I mean... You can just attack with Lurrus. It's good enough. Okay. Would have been really good if they could get Meticulous Archive there. By Lurrus. I think I want to draw another blue card so that I have Pitchcast Force. Because this Lurrus can't resolve or I'm in trouble. Their graveyard is too big. They do have 2 unknowns still as well. That is extremely unfortunate. Ah, okay. I mean, we're going to have to force Lurrus. Like, I don't think we have a choice. It's too much value. Hexing Squelcher and Soul Guide. I really want to draw a blue card there, though, so I could have Pitchcast Force with negation up. I almost think they were supposed to end step Ancestral there so that they could maybe find backup for their Lurrus. But maybe not. Does she play Fluster anymore? Two Fluster. I can pay for that. I really wish I had drawn a blue card there. Oh well. I think that might be like the hinging moment of this game. I mean, they still have an Ancestral Recall that they can technically cast. So they are starting to get a little low. If you are going to, like, if you don't have anything here, this is the moment to cast Ancestral, right? Before the Lurrus resolves. Like, this is your moment. 1 spell, 2 spell, Ancestral is 3 spells, so Flusterstorm still doesn't do it. She's thinking about it. Oh, all right, here comes Ancestral. I'm going 2 on Trainer, 1 on them. Opens up Bowmaster attacks and army attacks and turns off Flame of Venor. It does mean they can rebuy it with their Lurrus if Lurrus resolves, but hopefully they'll be tight on mana this turn. I guess they could just hit like land Mox Flame me. I guess I'm... Wow. They're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, misstep their own Ancestral, and then Flusterstorm my Force. So Ancestral Recall was Storm card here. And then I am 1 mana short on this. So... I could draw a Flow State, yeah? No, I don't have a sorcery in my yard anymore. Never mind. I mean, I would still take one if I drew one. She doesn't have any mana to play her Lantern this turn. Fucking hell. She took 3 damage to play the Lantern. So now I can't attack with Bowmaster, replay Bowmaster. Oh, wait, I still can, right? I still can, right? Because I'll have a timing window. Brainstorm. So if I attack all here... Surely I'm just supposed to attack all here, yeah? Attacking all means my opponent goes... I guess they just don't block. They go to 1. And then I can draw another Bowmaster. So I should probably Brainstorm first. I think I should just Brainstorm first. See if there's a card that helps me. I can't... I can Fatal... So I can DT or Fatal Push. Attack all. I could DT for Ancestral. Ancestral them, killing Lurrus and Trainer. Or killing Lurrus and dealing 1 to Trainer. But I'm looking... I don't know that Ancestral is the best, chat. Because if I DT for a Fatal Push and my opponent makes the expected no blocks... I guess that's not expected, because they could block... They could just block Trainer on Army Token. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, it just has to be Ancestral them, I think. I think that's the only line, then. No. No, I think I don't think attack all. No. I think no. I think I have to kill the Lurrus so they don't life gain. I don't think it's attack and then DT after. That looks really bad. I do not think we're winning if we recall ourselves. I think our opponent will grind us out. So I can't Fatal Push Lurrus because I don't have Revolt. And I can't Fatal Push Trainer and attack all because I don't have Lethal. So I'm going to Ancestral them. I mean, like, I don't think we have a better line. I think maybe I'll put one to the face and attack with these two and not the, so if I put, I guess they can never block here. They always have to block here. So I can just put one on the face here. No, they can't chat. Chat. Oh, God, they have, look at the life total. They can't block Bowmaster. Not me, at least, is a sensible player. Thank God. This also puts them to 1, which means they can't draw any cards. I think this was the best line. Well, getting Revolt for Fatal Push after attacking ruins the whole point. Chat found like a million bad attacks in that spot. Flame of Anor, my Bowmaster. PO for 3. It's not bad. I think it's got to be their last removal spell in the deck, right? Flame of Anor, Erode. They might have one more removal spell in their deck total. Probe. Crack Lantern. No. They can just block with the trainer. They can just block with the trainer on your Bowmaster. It's not even bad for them. All right, that was a crazy win. We beat a solid hand. That was a great game of Magic. So how do we board, chat? We bring in a Null Rod? Do we bring in Trap? I don't even know if I like Trap. Maybe on the draw. Momentum Breaker is certainly better than Fatal Push. You want an alternative universe where we go back and change the whole game? I mean, it would be nice to have the ability to watch both of those outcomes, for sure. The Thoughtseize was incredible. Even though the Thoughtseize, like, taking a card wasn't incredible, the Git Probe part of Thoughtseize was incredible. That's true. Snuff out for Squelcher. It's reasonable, maybe. Do you like Snuff out for Squelcher, or would you rather just have Fatal Push? I feel like I'd rather just have Fatal Push, but I don't want to keep in very many Fatal Pushes against Squelcher if I can help it. Does my life total matter? Well, Fatal Push can kill Lurrus, and we just saw that Lurrus matters, right? Whereas Snuff Out cannot kill Lurrus ever. It's not about life total, it's about being able to kill Lurrus. Dismember might be better. That's pretty reasonable. Dismember might be better. Maybe we'll play one Dismember then. Yeah, I mean, mana is important, but like, if they've cast Hexing Squelcher, they're not going to immediately kill us most of the time on turn 2, right? I need to pitch one more card here. I think on the draw, maybe I just get rid of a Spell Pierce. I think it's just so good against Stock Up. I mean, I'll just cut a Ponder. I have to cut another card here. I don't know what it is, though. Something like that. I'll play a Dismember as an additional answer to Squelcher. The classic Mox Pearl. Probably not mulliganing this, so... My opponent mulled to 5. This Thoughtseize could get nice. I don't know. So, like, I'm sure there are alternative lines than the lines we chose last game. Last game was an incredibly complex game of Magic, and there's 0% chance I played perfectly. But that's kind of the beauty of Vintage and the beauty of Magic in general, right? Turn 1 Trainer. Not bad for a mulligan. Let's see if what they take. We might want to just wasteland them off of Volcanic to start here. I mean, Lurrus mirrors, blue Lurrus mirrors are some of the best Magic of all time. A braid. Interesting. Okay, I think this is our plan, so. Does Pearl do anything in play? I guess it might get us Bowmaster later, and we can get bobbled, so. Like, this kind of match, that game existing is because of Lurrus, and that is one of the main reasons why Lurrus is just, like, so good for the format. Long, drawn-out, value-based gameplay. It's just incredible. I'm going to go for the Bowmaster here. She probably won't attack, though. She's so good. Still going to play the Bowmaster. Once we took the shackles off of Miharu, we had her stop playing Oath. It's been incredible. I think surveilling there is for cowards. I want to play my 2-drop. Okay, I should have surveilled there. I'm just wrong. I'm just wrong. I'm just straight up wrong. I'm definitely wrong. I want to play around Mental Mist. This stupid ass Pearl, man. Because I want to Thoughtseize before I play Frog. I guess I don't need to Thoughtseize before I play Frog. If they counter this, I just go Lurrus later, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm bad. What do I know? Nothing. Force blue card. Okay, well. I think I have to take Flame of Anor. Pretty sure I have to take Flame of Anor. That card seems not beatable from this spot. I agree. We can get to Lurrus, so forcing our Frog is not the end of the world. I mean, pretty impressive stuff on the other side for a Mold of 5, right? Like a solid Mold of 5. If they didn't get wastelanded, they had to fetch Volcanic because they had like the double red, but it's another trainer. Wonder if they could have just fetched Island and ignored the Squelcher. And kind of doesn't make sense though with Sapphire. Probably just put me on Wasteland and make me have it. She's out of here. We take those. We did not cast a single flow state, but Thoughtseize, I think Thoughtseize is just good. I think it's just straight up good in Vintage right now. That's kind of been my read for maybe a few months now. I don't play a ton of decks that play Thoughtseize main, but I've been very, very impressed with Thoughtseize recently. And I would definitely give a lot of credit to the game 1 win to Thoughtseize. So yeah, this frog is getting in there, and that's I just don't want to see any more after that. So 3-0. We've cast one flow state in a game we lost, but frog is still frog. All right. After a vigorous debate in chat about goats, we're back to Magic. We're gonna refocus, chat. We're gonna refocus. We're gonna ignore all of that and play Magic again and talk about the game that we are playing right now versus For Fun No Win, last seen on Jewel Shops. This hand would not be keepable even if they weren't on Jewel Shops, but if they are on Jewel Shops, it's also still not keepable. We were also talking about how long I've been streaming for, and I think the stats look like, started streaming a lot by August of 2018. So this year will be 8 years. It's kind of crazy. My opponent said good luck, which means they are now for sure on Jewel. So we're going to mulligan and try to find a force. Did find a force. Let's get rid of this Fatal Push. My opponent revealed Chancellor of the Annex. Fuck me. All right. Well, I've gotten rid of my Fatal Push is not... Oh, wait. They revealed Chancellor of the Annex on 7 cards and then played Cavern Go? That's odd. Can I assume that I'll be able to force something here? I feel like the answer is yes. I guess Tomb. So am I still forcing this to get rid of the Chancellor? Probably. Oh, I guess I don't need... if I was going to do that... I didn't have to fetch. So I could have fetched a Surveil land here. So that was not the right play, obviously. That was a bad play. But that's fine. We'll move forward. The biggest problem is going to be that I fetched... ooh, those are not good. I mean, I could take Force. No, I need to hit a black source no matter what. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna die. My bad. Fine. Streamer? I'm a big Matt Murray fan. Chubby Rain. Hope he's doing well. I haven't heard from him in a while. He grew out of Magic. Got a medical degree of some kind. He was not a player who really enjoyed the newer printings of cards, which makes sense. I'm super dead, by the way, chat. If I had kept my Fatal Push, would I have been less dead? I think the answer to that question is yes, because I could have at least used Force to break the thing, and then... I mean, then I would have lost my Underground Sea, so maybe not. Not sure I can win this without winning the die roll. See, if I had a fetch land and a Fatal Push, I could have forced the thing, Fatal Pushed it immediately, but then I still would have not been able to play any spells after, so, like, it doesn't really help me. So I'm getting archived. I also can't make this big enough. Also, I can't get my basic swamp. Because I can only make this thing a 3/5, a 4/5, a 3/5. No, a 4/5. That's not good. I could flow state into Lotus Time Walk and then maybe cruise or something. I'm just so dead. I'm just actually just dead. I did play this game poorly, but I don't know that it mattered much. Not after I played Saga, right? So I think if I had to go back in this game, Jesus Christ, would I? Maybe I would. I don't know. I just don't think there's like a series of lines that actually get me out of that. All right. So on the play now, I get to bring in 4 removal spells, and I get to bring in maybe traps and consigns on the play. I'm gonna take out Null Rod and Misstep and Probe and Dig and Cruise. And Pierce is worse than Consign. And I mean, Flow State is 2 mana. So maybe just Flow State. Something like that. And then on the draw, we'll take out these consigns, and I have no idea what we're going to put in because the hell are we going to do? I don't know that I'm in a good spot to beat mono white here. I don't really like my chances, but maybe we'll have a heavy removal hand and it'll work out. That seems reasonable. No Chancellor from the opponent. See how this goes. This seems like a solid hand. Not bad. Pearl. I think Pearl is just getting negated. Pitching Flow State, probably. I value Pearl extremely high. Cavern Cleric. Again, was it a good hand for opponent to keep in the dark with a Lurrus reveal in game 1? It's pretty bad against Wasteland, but maybe. I don't know. I didn't see the rest of their hand. It's hard to tell. I think I'm not going to Thoughtseize because I think the line that... if the same line happens again where my opponent goes Ancient Tomb, White Plume, I can play a Boatmaster. Oh, I can't I can't Fatal Push because I will not have a thing. Oh, no, I'm trying to hold my fetch land for Revolt, but now I'm fucked because I can't play the Bowmaster and have Revolt. Okay, my line sucked. So I wanted to like incentivize White Plume. I end step a Bowmaster. I Fatal Push it, and then I get a basic, take the initiative. But I can't do that because this is my Revolt, which I've been trying to save. So, yeah. Oh, they're gonna go for Wasteland? That's fine. I'm gonna get a Swamp, I think. Thoughtseize your hand. So they did have Ancient Tomb White Plume. That's really bad for me. Well, it's not really bad for me. I could just take the Chrome Mox and then Wasteland them. Probably have to. I can't beat that many creatures, right? Don't know that this is good enough, but... it's a little bit of a slow clock. But them drawing a white source is actually quite hard. There are not actually that many white sources in the deck, so... Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Oh, pretty sure I'm countering everything here. Saga is pretty good. Every time they use an Ancient Tomb, I was going to say it takes more damage, but now they don't have to take anything because they're going to use Wipe. Oh, interesting. I thought they were just going to play Seasoned Engineer. I guess they're going to do both. I am getting bullied. Oh, I don't have a Twister in my deck. Oh, we're fucked. We're super dead. uh... They have an unblockable if it hits a non-land. Oh, they're also trapping me, so I'm just dead. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could have played these games better, but like I feel like opponent hit the exact cards they needed to do the thing they needed to do here. And not having a Twister means I don't really have any good outs. Probably should have a Twister in my deck. I usually like the Twister. I probably just forgot it because it wasn't in Montolio's original list. All right. I mean, I got completely bullied there. I don't know that I could have made some slight different changes, but I don't know that any of it would matter because I took away their white mana and they hit white land into Lotus. So not great for me. I don't know. Brutal though. Now we gotta win 2. Okay, welcome to round 5. We're paired down into the 2-2 bracket versus Lord of Lifegain. Should be a nice fair Lurrus matchup, which will be a lot of fun, hopefully. And I'm interested. I'm psyched to see if Flow State maybe helps break the mirror. That'd be pretty cool. We haven't really gotten to use our Flow States very much, so this hand's obviously insane. I moved to Houston a bit ago, and they have a Vintage Locals full proxy. What's the best deck to learn for new to the format? You should just play decks that interest you because you're full proxy. So, I don't think there's a single deck that is better to learn with than others. I would definitely try to play a deck that like corresponds to what you play in other formats. So if you have like, so that you can use the same skill sets. Going to their upkeep and casting Ancestral to play around negation and to get negation back up for my spell, which is happening. So I'm going to negate their force. They force pitch Lorien, and I'm resolving Ancestral here, I think. And I drew lands and Thoughtseize, which is not actually that bad. I have a Strip Mine and or a Thoughtseize, and then I can Surveil land, and I have Lurrus, so it's not too bad. Underground Sea, Mox Pearl, Lavinia? Classic. Turn 1, Lavinia. All right, I'm going to go get Undercity Sewers. Flow State. I have a sorcery after Thoughtseize. Seems pretty good. All right, let's Thoughtseize you. All right, land, negation. Take the negation. Oh, I need to play my land before I can cast Flow State. I will play... Do I want to Strip Mine my opponent? Or do I want to build out my mana? Probably want to Strip Mine my opponent so they don't buy Lurrus this turn. So I'll play that, and I'll play a Flow State with an instant and a sorcery in my yard. And I'm going to get a Flow State and a Frog. Well, this is about as good as advertised. That seems quite good to me. You play a Tundra and pass. I think I want to get a Saga going. Play around Spell Pierce is probably the one I should play around the most. So cast another Flow State. And I'm going to get a Flow State and a Fatal Push. Yeah, I don't know about this card, chat. Seems a little good. And I'll play a Frog. This has been a pretty nice showing. Are we buying their own Frog? And a Bauble. Why not Wasteland? Because I think Fatal Push is better. So I can't Fatal Push and Flow State and make a Saga token. So I think it's just push the Frog and attack. And am I jumping? Probably not jumping. If they want to block with Lavinia, I don't know that I care that much. I will probably pitch a land, though. Force is not very good with a Bauble, but they might crack Bauble. One unknown in hand. We've got an active Urza's Saga. Their best draw is probably Wasteland. So now they should just buy Lurrus. Unless they're going to hold open... What are they holding open? Bowmaster, I guess? It's a lot of lands. Get our Lotus. I have land, I think. It is a Bowmaster. That's fine. Am I jumping my Frog? I'm just going to jump my Frog. They're still pretty far away from casting anything. So I'm probably just playing Flow State here. I guess I could never have cast Lurrus, so... Oh, that's insane. I think I just do this now. Yeah, I think I just play this now. Just to make sure I'm not caught in a bad window of some kind. And then, I don't know. I mean, our board looks quite good. I mean, Flow State dominated this game, right? Start to finish. I guess we're not going to get up to enough mana to hard cast Force on Lurrus because we need to get to 5 mana. 5 lands, I should say. Probably just want to fetch. Fatal Push. So let's start with Flow State. And see what we get. Yeah, I'm just going to take Pierce Bowmaster and go for the kill all their stuff and win. I should have done this in a different order. It's fine. Cool. I mean, that was Flow State dominating a fair matchup. Though, to be fair, we did resolve Ancestral Recall and had double Moxen, so. But, like, you know, it was good. Okay. Mirror matchup. I haven't played very many of this mirror matchup. I assume Fatal Push is good. I assume we want Momentum Breaker. I assume we want Dismember, and I'm assuming we don't want Snuff Out. Doesn't hit anything. Probably want Lantern. Trap maybe. Because I don't really want to play Negations. But I don't think there's other things we don't want. So it might just be 3 Negation out for 3 removal spells and maybe a Lantern out for a Null Rod. That's a pretty good mapping. Negations and Null Rod out. Pushes and Lantern in. I've seen people leave in Negations, but maybe that's... I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't have Flow States and Ponders and stuff. This looks good to me. I mean, I don't know. Like, all I can say is that we ran away with that game after we cast the first Flow State, right? It's not stock up, but still pretty strong. This hand's great. I'm down. Lots of options here. Opponent played turn 1 Lavinia in that game. If they were on the play, we probably would lose. I think we would have lost that game on the draw. It's turn 1 Lavinia. All right, Mox. Jet. Wasteland go, so they can have Bowmaster. I like just Sapphire go, and if they play Bowmaster, I'll play my own Bowmaster. And I'll fetch basic Swamp. They don't have it. Okay. Then I'm chill with weight in here. Represent a couple different things. So am I... So, like, I get that you're supposed to, like, hold Bowmaster for Bowmaster or whatever, but we need to use our mana next turn, so I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to play it. Like, if we're not using our mana right now, I feel like it's pretty bad for us if we miss on land. If we hit a land, it's not that bad, but... you should be able to, yeah. Fatal Push. Okay, I'm gonna cast Ponder. I guess I should wait until after attacks, but whatever. No, they don't have it. But there's no lands, though. But there's Ancestral Recall. Am I supposed to just play this? Like, put Ponder on top as Force Bait, and then put Frog underneath, and put Ancestral below it? Oh, they didn't have blue mana. Yeah, you're right. Probably DT on 1 would have been better. Well, I mean, I don't even want to shuffle, right? These are all the cards I want that are not lands. I really want to hit land, though. I really want to hit lands. I think I'm just going to shuffle these cards. I think lands are more important. I hit a frog. Okay. Yeah, I could see. I think DT on 1 when they don't have Spell Pierce up makes a lot of sense. That seems like a pretty bad mistake, yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely out of practice on this matchup. Lorien revealed. 4 other cards. I mean, they don't have Tundra. Oh, maybe they just have a bunch of white cards stranded in their hand. That would make a lot of sense. Swords, my Bowmaster, maybe. Prismatic ending my Sapphire. Oh, I don't like that. Get Spell Pierce, maybe? Forced back. Okay. They have 2 cards left in their hand now. I mean, if we draw another land, we're good. True flow state. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. These Fatal Pushes don't kill Lurrus without a fetch. The fact that Fatal Push is like never turned on is a problem. Oh, that's so bad for me. Saga is like the worst outcome here. Can't even like DT for a Wasteland right away. All right, that's a good draw. That is the good draw. So I'm thinking here, what I'll do is I'll just play a flow state. Fetch a basic island and play a flow state. And then next turn I can look to maybe DT for a waste. And if not, I can hit like a force backup or something. Momentum Breaker, Saga Fetch. I mean, we can play through this Saga for sure, but... All right, I'm just going to take a Fetch land and a Momentum Breaker. With this active Wasteland, it seems pretty bad to take the Saga. So I didn't find a force, so I can't protect my DT. But if they shouldn't have enough mana to buy Lurrus and make a Saga unless their last card in hand is land. So if they don't do that, then if this DT resolves, everything is fine. Or if I just draw a Wasteland, I have 5 Wastelands in my deck, it's very likely. Wonder. Okay, I mean, I think I have to. I think I have to DT for a Wasteland here and see if I can get there. I'm pretty dead if this doesn't resolve. Nah. I am pretty dead. Okay. I still have fetch push, I guess. So I'm pretty worried about Lurrus. I mean, Lurrus gets Frog back, but I don't know. What am I gonna do, man? It's pretty bad. Don't have a mass construct remove or like dress down. I guess if they don't make a construct here, if they don't draw a land, then they can't make a construct, get a Lurrus, and play a Lotus. So maybe it's fine. This game, I feel like I played pretty badly. If I just led with DT, where would we be in life? They should probably just get Vexing Bauble, right? I mean, they could get Lotus now, but if they don't have a land, I don't think Lotus is that good. That Spell Pierce was so strong. And I could have DT'd the turn before, but it felt like it made more sense to flow state first. And they didn't Spell Pierce the flow state, and I feel like if they had a Spell Pierce, they would have Spell Pierced the flow state. So it seems like they just drew Spell Pierce for turn, right? Spell Bomb and land. Interesting. And swords. Okay. Okay. Interesting. It's definitely a slower approach. No cards in my opponent's hand until they cycle the Spell Bomb. Which they can now do because there's no Bowmaster. So 1 new card in hand. Frog. think I like Frog more than Momentum Breaker. They draw sword? Looks like they drew a sword. Are they gonna make me pitch 2 cards? Or are they're just gonna swords it? Okay. At 9 if I take this. What am I gaining from having an orc army? Not much. I think I'll save 3. Soon they buy Lurrus here. They're gonna have the mana to play Lurrus and replay Frog, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's really bad for me. Could flow state looking for one of 3 forces. Never mind. I might still flow state. Or do I want to just get Momentum Breaker going? Get Momentum Breaker going. So if they do end up with a Pierce, we can at least push. So so if they go Lurrus and I force it and they pierce it, then they can at least push in response. They'll get 1 piece of value with the spell bomb, but they won't get a frog back. Is this a Thoughtseize? No, this is a Lurrus. Lurrus and 2 unknowns is their hand at the moment. Force pitching Ponder. Maybe Ponder's actually better than Flow State right now because I don't have a sorcery. Brainstorm in response. Okay, so the same thing holds true here. If my opponent forces this, it's not the end of the world because we at least can Fatal Push the Lurrus. They'll bring back a Spell Bomb, which is not great, but one thing we can't do is fetch up another basic swamp. Okay, 2 cards in my opponent's hand after brainstorming. They're gonna fetch. They have a fetch. I don't know if they're gonna fetch. And I'm taking 2. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to keep Ponder, not Flow State, but it's pretty bad into Bowmaster, so. Wasteland. I can Wasteland their Wasteland so that I can maybe go get an Underground Sea. I think I'm just going to cast Flow State. A Bowmaster and a Force and a Fetch. I think I'll just take a Bowmaster. And I'm going to Wasteland their Wasteland. Okay. So I have a Bowmaster. I have an extra Fatal Push here. And I have a Momentum Breaker still in play. And I have a Lurrus still. So I think we're currently advantaged unless they hit a Delve spell. They binned a Polluted Delta. And they drew Frog, Bowmaster. Okay. We've got a good answer for that. And Twister. I see. That's a good pair of cards to have drawn together. I don't die because I do have Fatal Push on Bowmaster, but they Twister their Lurrus back in. All right, we both get a fresh 7, but they're up 3 mana. I drew an Ancestral Force. Okay. All right. Probe. They know I have Ancestral Force. I'm at 5. Oh God, it's such a close game. This game's incredible. I feel like I've been back foot the whole time. They drew Wasteland. Oh, okay. I'm so far behind on mana, and I didn't draw Lotus. I'm going to be at 5, and I'm going to want to probe and force, so I'm really at 2. I mean, I'm going to have to probe here. I feel like I need to know what's in my opponent's hand to play through this spot. They have mental misstep. No, they wouldn't do that. Just wouldn't cast Ancestral, right? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Man, this is such a rough spot. Their hand is, they have Mental Misstep. Their hand is Mental Misstep, Nihil Spellbomb, Prismatic Ending, Swords to Plowshares, Force of Will, Psychic Frog. Wow. Okay. Definitely have to play a Bowmaster. I feel like I'm going to have to get my Ancestral Mental Misstepped. What if they force my Bowmaster? Just force back. I'm at like no life though. I'm going to be at 1 life. So I guess I can play Wasteland Bowmaster. There's no bait with Brainstorm. My opponent could tax and probe my hand after twistering me. I think my opponent's just going to rip something and kill me is the problem here. I really don't have a lot of leeway versus that hand. It's really strong. Too many removal spells. Like, I don't know why they're tanking over this. They just have double removal spell. Seems pretty easy. I mean, they lose a 1/1, but is that a big deal? Well, I'm not losing to the construct. I do want them to force on my turn, though, so that the momentum breaker goes up. Or I'm going to cast this Ancestral Recall. They can, like, Mental Misstep, and then on their turn, if I force, then I can get some health back. I think this is fine. So their hand is Spellbomb, Prismatic Ending, Frog, Force, Swords. And we have a Bowmaster in play, which helps negate the Nihil Spellbomb. Not really, because they're going to Swords my Bowmaster. But what if I force this? And they play a Frog, which will have to draw something to beat. They can still Prismatic Ending this and play a Frog. I'm going to try forcing this. I don't know if it's right, but I'm going to try forcing this. Okay, so I got their Force, Pitching Frog. So their hand is Spellbomb Ending. I'm at 3. Wait, shouldn't speed have gone up? Oh, it's only on my turn. Never mind. Oh, so I had to do it. Okay. So now they ending this. Oh, I die because it's 3. Ah, okay. Yeah. Could I have ever won that series? I guess if I just don't force, then I have to. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks real tough. They twisted into a good hand, so do we. I was just too far down on mana and life. All right, so I guess I couldn't force there. I did not include the 1 damage from Nihil Spellbomb as part of my calculation, so that was the biggest problem on that one. All right, let's run it back. We were on the draw. It was tough. We were fighting from behind the whole time. I'm not sure. Wasted Tundra? I don't think I can waste anything, man. I think I have to... I need mana to play my spells, right? I don't know. I don't know that what wasting Tundra there would have helped. A lot of choices I could have made differently in that game, though. I think the biggest thing was on turn 1. I kind of agree with Not Me that with my opponent showing no Spell Pierce, I should have just cast DT. I feel like that was the biggest thing I would have changed. My opponent mulliganed once here. Strip mine. I'm gonna act like I have a Spell Pierce, even though I don't. Frog. I mean, if I get double wastelanded here, it is bad for me. I'm gonna go get a basic island. I'm gonna play a frog. Now, if they get a swords for my frog, then I at least have a wasteland target. So that's nice. That's kind of one of the problems with the Esper variant, is you do get to remove my thing completely, but you also have bad mana. I just play around like the 5 million wastelands. I don't play around like the 1 wasteland. Like this game is gonna go much longer than that. I would rather have the island forever. Prismatic Ending, Frog, and they do have the Pierce. Which we played around. This is really bad for us. Super bad for us. It's just all action. I'm gonna take this Bowmaster. See if I can bait into a frog. I'm gonna wasteland them off Tundra. I feel like the worst thing that can happen is my opponent gets to leave open Prismatic, leave open Bowmaster Pierce. Where at least we have an answer to Frog. The problem is if they just like draw land, then they can just wait. And we can just wait. It's all real bad for me, honestly. Taken Pierce and cast Flow State. So bad though. All right, we baited them into the exact play we were hoping, where they tap out for Frog. If they have Force, we get to respond with Ancestrals and Forces. This is like the best case scenario that could have happened. I'm going to do this now and try to hit a land drop. And now we have instant sorcery. They did draw Force for turn. So their hand is Prismatic Ending nothing. So I can either keep flow state or dig through time. I guess I'll just keep dig through time, right? I'm gonna fight over this. I mean, I don't have to fight over this, but if I get like wastelanded, it's really bad, so. Hopefully this just lets us pull away. This buys Lurrus at least. I guess that's something to consider. Wasteland, that's insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just gonna cast dig. Leaving a sorcery in my yard, because I don't have a Snapcaster, right, in my deck. And then I'm gonna get... Wow, that's actually interesting. What if I just get Fetchland Thoughtseize? What if I just get... Yeah, let's just do that. This Thoughtseizes have been pretty sweet, huh? So their hand is Prismatic Ending 3 mana, and our hand is Mental Misstep, Orcish Bowmaster, Ponder, Wasteland. And we have Lurrus still. And we can Wasteland them off of Ending. Frog. So I can lead Ponder here, and if they Bowmaster me, I can Bowmaster them. And I don't have to choose mana-wise. Lotus, Bowmaster, Underground Sea. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to Wasteland them off of Tundra and play Frog then. Oh. I was insufficient at Wastelanding them off Tundra. Do I get my Frog removed to protect my Lurrus, or do I just play Bowmaster? I think I'll just get my Frog removed to get Lurrus next turn. I guess technically I don't have... I'm not playing around days. I don't have another draw at the moment, but I have a bunch of flow states in my deck that are really good. I've got Missile Misstep covering Ancestral, and I have a Bowmaster covering like Twister or something, so... So I think what's gonna happen here is I am gonna end up a Bowmaster for tempo reasons. And then I'm not going to tack into a Bowmaster. I'm just going to attack with my 2 Bowmaster stuff. And I will play a second Bowmaster. I should probably have left open blue-black instead of these ones because these can get wastelanded. And then if nothing happens, I will play a new Lotus out of my yard. And I will hold up in Mistle Misstep. On swords is probably what it's there for. Sure. All right, no more Lotus loops. But I can still attack with everything, so... Force. I think I'm going to attack all. Slurrus isn't doing anything. And yeah, I'm going to attack all. And I can just turn on Force of Will. And if he blocks anywhere else, it's really bad, so. Cool. Trade Lurrus for Lavinia. Opponent takes 4. Now we have Hardcast Force up. 2-turn clock. Blue, black. Frog, DT. DT's fine. I don't know what this could probably get swords, right? Like, what could this possibly even get? Right, right. Sure. Mental misstep on my Gataxian probe. Okay. You're at 4. 2 cards in hand. I assume they got swords off their DT. Ponder. I'm not gonna ponder in case there's a Bowmaster, I guess. Okay. Last card, Bowmaster. Perfect. Played this correctly. So that means they probably DT'd for Bowmaster. I guess they could DT for either. All right. I really like how we played that game. I feel like that game was much better. Cool. 4-1. Probably in a good breaker spot, too. Okay, here we are in the 6th and final round of Swiss. We are 4-1 with 60% breakers. So decent chances regardless, but we are playing a 4-1 matchup here versus Jake. So win and guaranteed in. I have a Lurrus. Opponent is normally on blue-black Lurrus. We'll see if we can flow state them out. I think this is a keep. But I'm also not sure. This is certainly a hand of Magic the Gathering cards. My opponent mulled a 6 on the play. Fetch land. I'm okay with drawing blue card. I'm happy to draw fetch land. I'm okay. Oh, ancestral on my upkeep. That's really bad for me. That's actually one of the worst possible things that can happen because if he's got negation back up, it's really bad. Can I let this go? Oh boy, can I let this go? I don't think so. But I also lose my ancestral. Yeah, I don't know. The tempo's like really bad, isn't it? Was this hand a good keep? I don't know. I just kept it. I said I didn't. I said I didn't know. Why do I need blue mana? Everyone's so nitpicky on hands. We have to Lotus off the top. And then no follow-up. Okay. I don't know. I know I'm playing a blue-black Lurrus mirror. Don't I want to just keep as many cards as I can? I'm going to play a Wasteland, and then I'm going to cast Lotus to play around Spell Pierce, and then I'm going to Wasteland. Bowman. Bowman. Do 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 man. Dun, 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 dun. Time to take 2 damage. Time to take 2 damage. No land for the opponent. Negation. Okay. My negation, not great, as it does not protect my Lurrus. I guess if I go over 2 turns, it does. If I get another black source. What is this? Cracking for blue? Are we digging? We must be digging. That sounds bad for me. All right, so my opponent has 2 cards in hand, an island and an Orcish Bowmaster. I have 3 cards in hand, Wasteland Swamp, Spellbomb, Resolves. I don't have to push any of these things, but if I draw, I guess if I draw Ponder, it doesn't matter. I'm not pushing this. I gotta save push for better uses here. I think the biggest problem is if my Lurrus gets forced. That feels like the biggest problem. That's a good draw. I kind of want to hold it so I don't get wastelanded off of Lurrus. But time walking is very, very interesting. Because I have to get Underground Sea if I want to cast Time Walk and Lurrus. That's an interesting choice. Do I just play Wasteland and buy Lurrus? Or do I fetch an Underground Sea, Time Walk, and then buy Lurrus? What do I gain? I can gain, like, flow state draws. I could gain Bowmaster draws. I could gain Strip Mine draws. Ponder's pretty bad. Force with no blue card is pretty bad. Well, they didn't have any lands, so they... I mean, if they use the Spell Bomb, yeah, maybe. Maybe it's not that good. I think I like buy Lurrus with Wasteland. I don't know. Not sure. We could always Time Walk next turn here, too. Blue. Brainstorm. Having a Bowmaster might have been good there. Well, Time Walk next turn actually plays out around I guess both turns. There's like always Spell Pierce to consider as well. Hopefully they just lock themselves out of lands here. Ooh, they locked themselves down? Brainstorm lock. Okay. That means they probably have a force for my Lurrus is the problem with that, though. So I like... Ooh, come on. Another land after this. I'm going to go Underground Sea Time Walk. Am I getting close to, like, fatal pushing this Orcish Bowmaster? I guess they could have negation here into Wasteland, but... I gotta be getting close. Yeah, it's probably bad, though. What if they, like, play a land and play a frog? Ponder. Fuck. Am I sad if I get forced? Kind of. I kind of want to just push and ponder. I wish I had pushed last turn. Because then I could... Feels so stupid to run this Lurrus into a possible force for no reason. All right. And they brainstorm lock themselves, so it's not like they're playing a frog soon, so. Yeah. Patience. Ah, Lorien reveal. Okay. Underground sea. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, I should wait to do this until I have the bump. I'm so bad at this game, chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so stupid, man. It's fine. What do I have left in my deck? Because I don't have Ancestral. I think it would have been too greedy. Maybe not. Because now I can't protect my DT and wasteland them off black. I feel like we just do it anyways. I don't think I would do that. Doesn't that, like, aren't they like super likely to have Spell Pierce at this point in the game? I feel like that play is not very good. I feel like it's needlessly all in for no reason. Trying to play this game like fairly conservatively from a position of a winning position. Could be wrong though. Yeah, but I'm fucked now at like resolving this DT. Like I'm super screwed trying to resolve this DT. I don't know. We could definitely have taken a couple different more aggressive lines there. I am aware that those exist. I've been trying to like not run into stuff, but maybe it's not worth it. I mean, their hand could be all black spells, it's true. We've been cutting them off black the whole game. I just think it's incredibly likely their hand currently has Force of Will and Spell Pierce. That's what that was my gut instinct. I was wrong on Spell Pierce. But their hand does contain multiple Force of Wills. I'm just going to take the Bowmaster. I think that's like the biggest nightmare for me if it happens. Okay. I'm gonna run my DT into a force next turn, probably. Okay, I finally drew a land. Does that change anything? It means I'm closer to getting Lurrus in. I think here we're definitely fetching another Underground Sea, though. If we have to fetch. They just let that happen. I played a land already this turn. I fucked up. I fucked up. I should have not played a land, so I could have tutored for Saga. I mean, I can. I can. Yeah. But now I'm thinking about, like, other possibilities. But, like, playing a Saga this turn is so much better than playing a Saga next turn. But it might still just be correct. It's like, is Saga better than Frog? Is it better than Strip Mine? Those are the questions. It probably is. I still have an Undercity Sewers, right? Oh, they drew a Black Source. That's probably bad for me. And they drew a Frog. So their hand is Force of Will, Force of Will, Force of Negation, Push. If I wait till the next turn, I can always resolve Push on this. So that's fine. But now I don't have a Wasteland to kill this Underground Sea, which I'm not happy about. Sewers will help me find one. So if I push this Frog and they counter it and I spell Pierce it and then I play a Bowmaster and I have Saga, it's probably correct. It's probably just fine. Do I try to bait any pitches on Frog? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think I just shoot it. I'm hungry, chat. Well, that resolves. It kind of makes sense that it would resolve. Okay. This is a lot of pressure. I think I could have played this game better. I think I maybe was a little too conservative. Tough. These matches are so hard. Whenever I play this Frog deck, I feel like I'm not a very good Magic player, unfortunately. I mean, I have an active Saga, so I'm just gonna hit them down to 3 and make constructs, and then I don't know, see what that looks like. It's been fine. Twister. Pierce your Twister. All right, fine. You can die. How do I? I was trying to save you, Jake. All right. I need to eat after this chat. I need something, food and water. Maybe I'll get some water now, and then we'll do food after. I'm bringing in these things, but not this thing. And I'm bringing in this thing, but not those things. And I'm taking out this thing. And That thing. Easy. I have a... Well, can granola bars go bad? I took a bite out of that, and I was like... I was like, I don't know, man. It's a little sus. Dismember momentum to fatal push enter to insight. I took a bite out of it, and I was like, that doesn't taste like I thought it would. All right. That looks acceptable. Basic swamp fetch. I did not solve my hunger issue, but I don't think this hand's great or anything, but it seems fine. Uh-oh. Oh, Thoughtseize from the opponent. What are they going to take? What do you take here, chat? No good cards. Thoughtseize and Wasteland. Fair enough. If I draw a Wasteland, I probably Wasteland their Wasteland. Interesting draw. Super interesting draw. I think I want to cast that off of Basic Island, which is crazy. Ooh, Basic Swamp. Oh, I should have... No, if they have Thoughtseize, it's better to do this. Okay, all right. Now what? Lorien revealed? Oh, Bowmaster. I think I'm just going to push the Bowmaster now so that nothing bad happens to me. Exactly. And then I get to follow up by lanterning it. Exactly. Not me sees the vision. Get this thing up here, please. And my opponent missed a land drop there, so now we're pressuring. We've got Flow State coming down online with Fatal Push and Thoughtseize and Ponder in the yard. I mean, oh, second Bowmaster. Fair enough. Pretty sure that means I'm resolving Flow State off of Saga while we can. Forcing it? Force pitch brainstorm. All right. We're holding up Dismember in case they go Island Twister. Feed the swamp on my Urza's Saga? Let's see. Let's see. Classic Urza's Saga. Okay, so am I dismembering here on Bowmaster? Taking a total of 1 million, but getting rid of the Bowmaster while everything is in parity so I can tap out for Frog? I think so. I'm at 9. A better mana situation. Okay. Let's get a Frog in play. Hopefully that doesn't get Fatal pushed. Got Fatal pushed. 7. 2 cards in my opponent's hand. Ponder. Okay. Ponder. Sapphire, Bowmaster, Pierce. I think I'm fine with all of that. I think I'm going to take Sapphire, crack Lantern into Pierce, and have Bowmaster on the following turn. No, I guess I don't. I could do either. Trying to figure out if I ever want to just Fatal Push this army. Because I can answer it straight up with Bowmaster next turn. So I guess the answer is no. Just really getting tight on mana here. This lets me hold up 2 things, I guess. So I'll always crack. And I'll have Spell Pierce backup for Bowmaster, if that matters at all. It's getting close. This buys Lurrus. Fuck. That's actually so tilting because if I do crack into Spell Pierce, I won't have the ability to revolt. I think I'm gonna crack my Lantern and Spell Pierce this to tempo them. This dig is like too slow, I think. They might just not attack with the Bowmaster, though. Yeah, I'm just gonna dig through time now. I can push this if I need to. I want to leave Lantern and Frog, and I want to leave a Sorcery. And then I hope this doesn't get negated. It got negated. So they have... So the question then becomes, do I want to go to 3? I mean, I have to. Or I can buy Lurrus next turn, though, if I Fatal Push. It's so bad, though. If I can get my Lurrus in play, I can Lantern their Bowmaster, so it's not even a big deal. But I don't actually have another black source. So, okay, I think I just have to wait. Go to 3. Oh, but I can't even buy Lurrus. Yeah, this is so bad for me. I feel like this Pearl is actually super sick here. They're holding up? No, they're going to buy Lurrus. Yeah. Pearl. Doesn't change anything. Oh, it does. I can buy... Oh, it doesn't actually change anything. So I can play Lurrus. If I draw a fetch land, I can push it. They can't play anything this turn. Oh no, I could have bought Lurrus and Fatal Push this, and then done Lurrus Lantern like I said I was going to. That actually allowed me to do the line that I said I was gonna do. Damn. Okay. That was the line I was trying to do, but I didn't have the mana to do. But the Pearl changed it because I could play Lurrus. They drew a fetch. They play Lurrus. I mean, we do just win the game if we draw fetch land. Fuck. I should have done this Lurrus play instead, but now I'm a little... I mean, if they attack or they kill my Bowmaster, I can at least kill the Lurrus. So it's not like the end of the world, but I think I like found the line I wanted to do, and then I just disregarded it and didn't reevaluate. I could have bought Lurrus and pushed in the same turn. Last turn, after drawing Pearl for turn. I literally did it this turn. They drew Nihil's Spellbomb. Holy shit. All right. Bowmaster. Wait, that was weird, wasn't it? Are they just not going to kill my Bowmaster now? Did they figure that out? Fuck. I think they figured it out. No, they're going to kill my Bowmaster. Okay. I have to revolt now, so... Kill Lurrus. All right. They still have a spell bomb they're going to crack and clear out my yard. True force backup, which is not nothing. Practice spell my yard. Yeah, I feel like I've misplayed this game and lost because of it, sadly. All right. I've got a Lurrus. It technically blocks on this board. We have 3 cards now. This is Hardcast Lorien. Fatal Push. Off fetch. I'll go to 2. Oh, wow. I mean, those cards could not have been drawn up better there. But I could have played this game better. It's possible I win this game with better play. Yeah. All right. Try again. These mirrors are so hard. I really wish I had pushed the thing and bought Lurrus, because I would have ended up in a much better place there. But maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have. Oh. Sag. Oh, opponent's yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else I can change? Not really, right? I just have to play better. What a weird game that was. That game that was the game I kept Swamp Triple Wasteland, or was that a different game? No, that was a different game, right? This game was they had Wasteland opener and then never had blue mana. But then they had what a weird game. I don't know. All I know is I wish I had some Nihil spell bombs, man. That card seems lit. As long as you're not popping it into a Bowmaster, it seems great. All right, how about my turn to have a sicko draw? Yeah, I mean, I think so, right? Like, surely. Surely I'm supposed to try to do this. Is there any sequencing here that makes a difference? I can technically play Bowmaster first, but then I'm playing in a trap, which could definitely happen, so I think I'm just playing Frog and then Bowmaster. I got forced. Force pitching, Seal of Removal. I don't know. I'm not supposed to mulligan that, right? I'm just supposed to jam it? Or any knowers? Any knowers? Flow state. I'm probably casting that. Probably gets spell pierced. I really dislike mulliganing this matchup. And the hand, it seemed fine. Just seemed like it was risky. That resolves. So I'll just take Thoughtseize, I guess. I don't know if they play their own frog here. It's kind of the end of the world, right? What am I supposed to do? They keep on top. Can't be good for me. They drew Lotus. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, feed this worm. Okay. Oh, it sees you. Lorien Force Wasteland. Okay, I'll take Lorien. And I'll Wasteland. Is that on? It's not on. Probably just another Bowmasters. Can't imagine that this Wasteland is that good. They draw Fetch Land, they're gonna get a basic, probably. I feel like I just want that. Tempo Timmy! Force and 2 unknowns. I immediately drew a source here. Ugh. So now I'm not casting... Wait, am I casting this Bowmaster anyways? I feel like I am, right? Like, if they force it, that means they're, like, super far from Lurrus. Oh, they didn't even stop and think about hard casting force on that. Okay. I mean, if they Lurrus Lotus, it's pretty decent. You'd have to rip another land. They ripped another land. Oh! Fuck! Am I losing my Surveil here? If I have a push, it's like really bad for me to Surveil here, right? I don't have flow state turned on still. No instance. Oh, fucking hell. I think I'm still supposed to Surveil. Well, that's perfect, right? Turns on my flow state. That's a card I don't want. Those are not very good. I can't attack. So, all right, pass. I have a Lurrus yard if I can get to Lurrus. But my opponent will have maybe Hardcast Force, but maybe I'll have Pierce for it. I'll have Wasteland to maybe cut them off another mana. They cracked for blue, replayed Lotus, play Lorien Revealed or something off the top here. Wait, what's that do? I have an Orcish Bowmaster still. So what is that? Oh, wait, do they know? 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 Oh my god, chat. There's no way. That's so bad. I feel like we've just been bullied over and over again. I don't know, man. I feel my flow state just needs to hit there, right? It needs to actually hit a card that matters. Strip mine. You're still playing cards, man? Stop. Stop. Stop playing cards. Time walk. I think I have to wasteland their wasteland so that I can spell pierce a force. I mean, I don't know if that helps me, but whatever. I can't buy a Lurrus now and play a Lurrus, and I mean, I have the time walk. All right, I need to draw fatal. I mean, even fatal push isn't good enough, right? It needs to be ancestral. It needs to be ancestral +1. Oh, they should wasteland me again. Ah, it's just so doomed, man. It's so doomed. I shouldn't have done that. Whatever. Oh, fuck. This is my fault. I feel like we navigated to a pretty good position. Didn't an opponent hit like land it in a row to play Lurrus? Sag. Sometimes I feel like everything goes wrong when these matchups. I know that you can draw bad cards, especially because opponent's not playing cantrips. Like, I'm the only one playing cantrips here. Sure, good that helped me. I didn't have my turn one flow state on, or my first flow state on, which was probably bad, but I feel like I just drew the cards I didn't need, and they drew the cards they needed. I don't know. Lots of choices I could have made differently, so hard to say. They have Hardcast Force. We've drawn Spell. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the worst possible draw in the whole deck. I mean, there's just no... I'm never going to get to resolve this, so... I have to get rid of their Force. Pitch cast? No. I don't know. I don't like these matchups. Are these mirrors? I always feel like it's my fault. Probably is. Somehow, in the end, this game still got decided by Wasteland. That's crazy. I shouldn't have wastelanded their wasteland to try to push through past force. I should have just done the thing. It wasn't a good play. No, yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. It's tough. Looks like we got in on breakers, though, so see you in the top 8. All right, welcome to the top 8 with Blue-Black Frog Flow. We are rematching versus For Fun No Win, who went 5-1 with Mono White Initiative, so we are on the draw here in the top 8. It's going to be tough. Certainly like the idea of Fatal Push into Frog. Obviously plays poorly into Chancellor, but we gotta keep it. Looks like we're in the upkeep, so past Chancellor. So we'll see what happens here. Mana Crypt, of course. Is it going to be an initiative creature, or is it going to be like an Archon? It's an initiative creature, okay. So this game is still playable, but it's going to be tough. Our best draw is Lotus. To get a Frog in play. Another Fatal Push. Funny enough, the second Fatal Push is not that good because we don't have a way to turn it on. I guess we have Wasteland. So we could technically turn it on. Hoping my opponent goes down the Forge here, get value. They went down the Lost Well. Unfortunate. They went top. My opponents today. This is going to be a Seasoned Dungeoneer. Oh, it's going to be a Chalice on 2? Oh, God. That just takes away all my creatures. Okay. That's not good. I don't know that I can win through that. I mean, maybe the Mana Crypt kills them. I don't know that I can win through that. I feel I don't know that I can win through that. Does it make any sense for me to throw a card into a Chalice to better situate myself for something? A Delve spell? Chalice on 2. Seasoned Dungeoneer into Archives. Nope, another White Plume into Arc. I mean, we're just dead. There's just no chance, man. No, Catacombs. Catacombs is pretty good when I can't play Bowmaster. Not a bad draw. Okay. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Don't think it matters very much. Maybe I mean, hitting their white source doesn't matter either. I don't know. This is 1 less damage, but maybe I just can't get a Bowmaster through a Chalice at all, right? Like, there's just no way for me to do that in my deck. So, yeah. Even with them losing flips here, they put a Chancellor or a Dungeoneer in play. All right. I did not keep a hand that beat that. If I kept a negation hand, that might have beaten it, because I would have been able to hit the Mana Crypt. But I did not have a negation in my opening hand, so I died. So I will bring in my cards. And I will take out Pierces, Misstep, Probe, Dig, Cruise, and a Flow State. Okay, on the play now. I have a cat. I have Fatal Pushes, I guess. Like, am I supposed to mulligan these hands? Like, is this a hand I have to mulligan? pretty bad hand. It only really gets one fatal play. I mean, I guess it gets two because there's Wasteland. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to mulligan this hand. I mean, would I keep this on 6? I probably would. But I gotta mulligan. I mean, this is not even better, man. It's not even better. At some point, my opponent has to keep a bad hand, right? Like, they can't just 7-card mana crypt us every time. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't say that. 6-card hand. Here we go. That's what I like to see. 1. 2. Oh, fuck off! They revealed double Chancellor, man. This no. Fuck. I mean, I still need to get rid of this, right? I guess I don't have to. I can just throw my frog in. We do not have an answer for Chalice, no. We have consigns. That is technically an answer for Chalice. So they have 1 Chancellor in their hand and 1 unknown. Okay. I wanted to, I guess I should have used my trap on the Chalice. I thought I would be able to use my frog to just clear it out and then maybe hard cast trap later. There's no justice, bro. There's... It's fine. No problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Everything is fine. Could have been worse. Could have got Witch Enchanted. So I just need them to never draw a creature. I see. Also, I got Wastelanded again. Okay. Thoughtseize, Ponder, Flow State. I mean, there's nothing that can be in their hand that they wouldn't have already played that would matter, right? They have a Chancellor and an Unknown, and if it was a creature, they would have played it. So there's no point in thought seizing. It's just, do I want to have another Ponder and then shuffle? I guess so. Or is that better than just shuffling? It doesn't seem better than just shuffling. Keeps a Ponder in my deck. I guess technically they could have Swords to Plowshares. I guess technically they could draw Lotus and cast Chancellor. I guess I'm down. Well, I don't want to draw Flow State because I want to buy Lurrus next turn. Eh. They did have Swords to Plowshares. Okay, well. Leave them with just Chancellor. Almost want them to play like a... No, I don't want them to play anything. If they play anything, we lose. Cavern. Oh, no. Do I have to Wasteland them so I don't get Cavern Angeled here? I already lost Saga, bro. I played Saga on turn 2 and they Wastelanded me. Force. Brainstorm. Flow State. I would have died. I would have died on the spot. Anyone who didn't wasteland would have died. I know we need the land for Lurrus, but I also need a wasteland so I don't die. I know this is flow state. I need to wait. Probably. They've also just lost their first flip on turn 6. They drew a white plume. I'm gonna brainstorm so I can pitch the flow state. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. Wish I had done it on my turn, I guess. Okay. I'm buying Lurrus. My opponent has 5 mana, so they can't cast Chancellor right away. They drew another white plume. They drew a Clarion Conqueror. Wait, Clarion Conqueror is fine. That card's actually actively good for me. That card is great for me. I am so happy that my opponent played that card. Holy hell. That card's so good for me. I can kill it at any time as well. Interesting. Unfortunately, they've won all their crypt flips, basically. We're 9 turns in, and they've only taken 2 damage. Two losses. I feel like we probably have to sit until opponent hits a 3rd land, and then we have to go. We can't just strip mine them, because then we lose our ability to play Fatal Push, I think. It's not good enough. Strip push race? I don't think that's a good idea. We also really want our 4th land so we can trap our opponent. Chat is split. Chat is split. Split right down the middle. Yeah, I know you'd go, CRK. All you do is jam. Doesn't mean it's a good play. 11, 8, push, 5. Chat is like 50, I bet chat's 50-50. Should we manage a poll here? Create a new poll. Poll. Race. Wait. 1 minute. Can I replay the land with Lurrus? I wish. I don't know that Lurrus would be allowed in the format if I was able to replay the land with Lurrus. That would be quite powerful. What are we worried about? Giving my opponent 3 mana so that they can play a spell? And then on the next turn, play a spell? And then our racing doesn't work? Huh? Like, they have an active mana crypt. They are currently locked out of playing the game. In 1 mana, we have Mindbreak Trap. We have 2 removal spells. Why would we attack here? Some players don't know caution. Look at that! 4 look at that. Magic's a great game, chat. Magic is beautiful. Magic is a beautiful thing. My gut instinct here is to pass. So They're gonna lose the next 6 flips and GG. They immediately hit a land. Are they gonna pay 3 life for it? They are. They're at 8, and they're gonna play a Peacekeeper. That's annoying as hell. So I think it's not annoying if I kill the Clarion Conqueror now. So I just strip mine them now, and then Fatal Push the Clarion Conqueror. Then the Peacekeeper resolves, and I snuff it out next turn, and I attack. And that's all we can do. I mean, we could also just like let them die to the Mana Crypt as well, but if I let this resolve, they name Fatal Push, and it's actually quite hard for me to Fatal Push. I guess I could just snuff it out then, so maybe that doesn't matter. But then I guess that's fine. I guess I could just snuff it out. We know that their last card is Chancellor, and they have 6 mana. And I can put them to 5, and they'll have a mana crit. I mean, I'm definitely doing this. I'm trying to figure out what order I'm doing this in. Well, if we want to pressure our opponent's life total here, which I think we do, because then it makes it 2 flips. I'm just trying to figure out which order this goes in. So if I do a fetch, and then I wasteland. Yeah, maybe I should have done this last turn. Would have been better, maybe. I don't know. But then they wouldn't have had to play this for 3 damage. So we got 3 damage off of a meadow. All right, I'm just going to do this now. I don't know if it's better or worse or whatever. But I know they can't play anything else this turn anyways, so... Yeah, but they could have played anything. Like, it's like, you have to think about what other cards they can draw, CRK. There are other cards that you can draw. In this specific instance, yeah, maybe it would have been better. Our 3 life does not remotely matter here, right? I guess it could if they won another crit flip. If they play a Chancellor this turn, would they draw? They drew Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Well, can the crypt flip finally kill them on turn 11? Well, not turn 11. Turn 12, maybe. Nope. It's turn 11. And then what do they draw? They drew a Clarion Conqueror. Okay. And we drew a Force. I guess our 3 life will matter here now. And they've won another crypt flip. All right. So do we want to play Frog, or do we want to push Conqueror? Frog can't activate is the problem. But I do have an active Force. So I think we just wait. They lost the crypt flip. I don't want them to unlock this mana right now, so I'm going to wait until the end of the turn, and then I'm going to fetch and Fatal Push that thing. And then we'll play Frog through Chalice using Consign. They might just die to Mana Crypt finally on turn 14. Nope. It's turn 14, and my opponent is still alive to Mana Crypt. Impressive. Impressive. Very good. We won that game, though. We did win that game. Do we want to change anything here? Do we have a nut draw? Our deck doesn't even have a nut draw, man. Our deck is so boring and lame. It has no nut draws. I would have been dead on turn 7. Too true. Too true. So true, fam. I don't know that any of our cards make our deck better here. Mental Misstep can stop us from getting Vexing Bobbled on turn 1. But I don't know that that's better than having... I mean, it might be better than having a Flow State in our deck, right? Like, when are we ever casting a Flow State? Lantern to cycle with Lurrus? Not in this matchup. Nope. I'm just gonna run like this. All right. I can't believe I got double Chancellor. That was crazy. All right, what do I have? I have... Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. I mean, I have to keep this, right? Like, surely I have to keep this. Why do all of our hands look like this? And all of our hands don't look good. This hand's, like, it's just so medium. That's their second Chalice on 2, huh? Kind of wild. Thoughtseize is great. It's been great. It's not very good here. There's only one Chalice in my opponent's deck, chat. I don't really have, like, great mulligans is the problem. Like, what am I, like, I feel like mulliganing here is not that good. Oh, they have Chancellor. Fucking, this Chancellor card is so annoying. Wait, they don't have Chancellor. Wait, why did it take so long then? That's weird. Mind Break Trap you. Mind Break Trap you. Okay. Yeah, white lets you get wastelanded better. It's fun. It's a good time. All right. Are they gonna go down the Lost Well again? That's what they did last time. And they did it again. They did it again. Wasteland is an illusion, brother. What world do you live in? Bottom this time. Wasteland is an illusion. Oh, I can't even wait. Can we be serious for like 1 second? Can we be fucking serious? What is this? The manga? Oh my god. I mean, I can only beat this with Urza Saga, chat. So I have to draw Urza Saga right away, and they have to have no Wastelands. And also, they have the Undercity right now. I just copied Andy's list, chat, and Andy's list doesn't have Feed the Swarm in it. It probably just draws a blue card so he can force this. You know? Like a good Magic player. They drew Chant. They're gonna chalice me on 2 again! Wait, is it okay? It's like kind of okay, right? If they chalice me on 2. Because I can't attack with any of those creatures anyways. They don't have a wasteland in their hand, so if we draw the Saga, so bad for me. The other cards don't matter. Friend, how do you expect to win the game via attacking with 2 constructs if they have a Swords to Plowshares? Huh? Huh? The other cards don't matter. They drew another White Plume? Holy moly. Oh, no, 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 no. It's okay. It's okay. This skeleton can't attack or block, so clearly it's fine. I mean, I wasn't winning this game anyways. Let's be serious. I don't know. I don't know that the light of day matters in the context of me winning this game. I think I just need a mulligan in my hand, which is crazy. I can't even fucking turn on these fatal pushes without wastelanding myself. Oh, are they going down the forge? I don't even care, man. I don't even care. Whatever. The game is over. I don't race this anyways. Oh, they put it on the skeleton! You fool! That can't attack or block! I'd be dead. Man, this matchup seems quite bad for me. Is it because I drew badly, or I should have mulliganed more? Maybe I should just mulligan more. They chose not to go down trap. They're playing games with me. Fantastic. They have done Throne of the Dead twice. Yeah. Incredible. I hate this deck, by the way. Not mono white initiative. This blue black deck. I really dislike it. It's fine. I think I probably am just keeping bad hands. I need to keep hands that have force, but like they had chancellors and force is bad. I don't know. I don't know. So recap. I think we lost out on a bunch of tech because we played good cards instead. Not that the original list had a Feed the Swarm anyways. So Though the card that I did, I wish we kind of had Second Null Rod, and I wish we had Time Twister were the two cards that I kind of wanted to have in my deck that were not in the list. So let's talk about the cards we added. Ponder, Thoughtseize, and Flow State. Thoughtseize, I think, was pretty much just good all the time, except for when Raker Shops played all 7 cards on turn 1. So that was pretty impressive. The Ponders were reasonable, except for when there were Bowmasters. And the Flow States were kind of negligible, except for the Mirror and for PO, in which case they were incredibly good. We definitely single-handedly won at least one game in the Mirror with the Flow State, and it was quite good against Maharu at one point as well. So I think it does exactly what you would expect, and it makes your deck a little bit more resilient. You can play a little bit longer games. But you are, playing some clunky cards to facilitate that, and then you have a ton of 2-drops in your deck, which are really hard to cast because you're always using your wastelands. So, like, is this making the deck better? I don't know. Is Flow State good as a card? Yeah, it seems reasonable. I don't know that this is the right deck for Flow State when we're so heavily on 2s with frogs and bowmasters. That's kind of my thing. I do know that I really don't like this blue-black Lurrus deck. I think it only really makes sense if there's enough other frog decks in the format to not be playing Esper. But like, you do have a nice Esper matchup, even though we lost our Esper matchup. But no, wait, we think we won our Esper matchup, but then we lost a blue-black mirror. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, right now there just like aren't really vintage decks that play 1-mana sorceries. Like, obviously you can play Lorien Reveals instead, but then Lorien Reveals really wants you to go into a more heavy Moxen frame. Lorien Reveals are not very good in this deck, in my opinion, especially the blue-black deck. They get a little bit better in Esper because your mana base is so bad. But yeah, I don't know. Like, once you start like adding those Moxen back in to play Flow States, do you really want to be playing Ponders when you're adding all those Moxen back in? Doesn't seem very good. So like, then what deck are you even playing? Are you like, once you start going too heavy into mana, then you're like, why am I playing Flow State instead of playing Stock Up? Doesn't really make any sense. I guess if you were like mono blue combo, maybe there's a world where you could theoretically play both Flow State and Stock Up and Lorien and full Moxen. But like, that's a lot of draw and not a lot of interaction in a format that really heavily wants interaction right now. You saw how badly we needed to interact with our mono white player. But maybe for that, maybe the answer is just like 4 negations and a trap. Because what we lost by playing these Flow States and these Ponders was we didn't have to play 4 negation to trap the different one-ofs that Montolio plays in the main, that kind of thing. And I think that was good for when we played the Mirror, but was kind of bad when we played against everything else, because this is inherently a slow card, Flow State. So, yeah. The only deck that I think really it could actually fit in right now in Vintage is Doomsday. And even then, Doomsday is not super interested in playing a 2-mana draw spell. So, like, even then, you're probably playing, 2 of them maybe to, like, help facilitate a longer game plan. But I don't even like playing a longer game plan in Doomsday. For me, Doomsday is at its strongest when you're playing, like, Lotus Petal and Street Wraith and you're fucking going for it, Well, the problem with, like, full Mox blue control is that you don't want to be full Mox because you want to play Stony Silence. Like, Stony Silence is the reason to be blue-white control. And so, like, I don't know that that's good. Because you're not, like, drawing into good cards at that point. You're kind of just drawing into fluff, and you're not really getting anywhere. But I mean, I think if you played Ponders and Flow States and Stony Silences, then it's probably fine. But I don't know if that changes anything about the deck that wasn't already true. Like, having Quantum Riddler instead of Flow State will make you a very similar deck. I don't know that it's like a game changer in that sense, right? Anyways, that's how I feel. But I do at least get to clickbait this YouTube title and say Flow State Top 8's Vintage Challenge. So we are all winners for that. And then if you are still watching this on YouTube, comment what should we comment? What was that card we lost to, chat? Something day. What was the card? The enchantment. Anyone remember what that enchantment was called that we died to? Light and Day. All right. If you comment in the YouTube comments light and day, I will heart your comment. Fun and interactive time with Justin. So thank you for watching. More vintage content on this YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.